Perhaps one of the first things that we can do as we sit down to meditate in community is to bring a beginner's mind, to let go of what we think meditation is, what we think we should be doing, to let go of past experiences with it, and to arrive here as fresh as possible, as innocent as possible. And to avoid this very common habit of going into battle with the mind, let's leave the mind alone and bring our awareness down, down, down to whatever is touching the solidity of the ground. So that could be your feet, depending on how you're sitting. It could be your buttocks, the sides of your thighs, the backs of your thighs. Just bring your attention down and allow it to settle there. It will likely want to slide back up due to habit. But just very gently, very patiently, just bring it back down into the feet, the thighs, the buttocks. And just notice that the body is beginning to settle into a state of rest against the solidity of the ground beneath you, and you can feel that through your body. So we're experiencing the body resting on the ground, on the earth, not as a concept, but as a felt sense of the weight of the body, the pressure that's created just beneath the skin, and the sensation of meeting something solid. And as we stay with the sensation of the solidity of the ground beneath us, that experience begins to get magnified, meaning that more and more subtle details might become available to us through that sensory experience of body meeting earth, meeting ground. You might notice a difference between the right and the left foot, or the right and the left buttock. You may begin to notice temperature. The sensation on one side might feel more alive, more acute than the other. And there's no need to search. It's just a natural phenomenon. When you put your attention somewhere, it all gets magnified, and you begin to pick up more and more subtle details, more and more intelligence. So intelligence is found beyond the mind, where we usually tend to look for it. There is so much intelligence in the body, in the senses, in the sensations, in the feelings. And so meditation, at least this approach to meditation, is an opportunity to awaken our awareness of the intelligence that is flowing through our other ways of knowing. And then just sliding awareness back down towards the bottom part of your body, to the sensations related to body resting on ground. Notice for yourself if you experience the body beginning to relax as this awareness of this solid surface that is inviting you to rest, as that comes into the foreground. The body receives this as an invitation to settle, to rest more deeply, to let go of any energy that is being used to hold the body up or hold the body together. And it's being given the opportunity through this connection with the ground to let go and let down. So notice that for yourself. If that's your experience, good. And if it's not your experience, that's good too. So always trust your own experience and meet yourself exactly where you're at. You may notice that the body simultaneously begins to feel heavier, but paradoxically also lighter at the same time, more spacious, more open. And just keep practicing, just noticing when the attention has gotten hooked into the thought stream. And just very patiently guide it back down to the sensations in the lower half of the body. This is one of the most powerful and most direct ways to come into presence. You may become aware of more and more subtle sensations in the joints, in the buttocks, in the toes. You may be able to even feel the distinction between the bones and the soft tissue. So because the body isn't as loud as the mind, sometimes when we begin to redirect attention to the body and to sensation, it doesn't feel interesting enough. It doesn't grab our attention because we're so used to the loudness of the mind. And so be patient with that and give the body time to reopen the lines of communication. Give yourself the time to refine your capacity to pick up intelligence that is flowing through the body and also flowing from the earth into you as well. There's no actual separation between you and your chair and the ground and the earth. It's all energy that is connecting and communicating. And so we bring ourselves to a state of listening. Innocent, open, patient. There's no trying needed. And as you come into deeper and deeper relationship with the lower half of the body and with the earth, oftentimes there can be this greater sense of feeling at home in your body and in your experience of feeling safe. And again, this isn't a conceptual feeling of safety or feeling at home. It's an actual direct experience of it that can only come through the body. Notice that the breath is rising up from the ground and falling back into the ground on the exhale. Excuse me. And so there's this kind of a dance between the breath, the body, and the ground that you can allow yourself to be soothed by. Inhaling, my body lengthens up and opens up. exhaling, my body settles down and in. And so it goes. This constant exchange between the inside and the outside, the inner world and the outer world. And as the breath moves, and as it spreads throughout the body, you can open your attention to include that as well. Noticing that there's a certain arrangement of sensory details that come with the breath. Some of it can feel fluid and open, spacious. Some of it can feel a little tight. And so when we encounter this, when we encounter the breath and the many, many infinite forms that it takes, we give it the freedom to express itself exactly as it is. So we don't analyze the mind, the breath rather, which would take us back into the mind. We just let it move through the body as it's moving. And we keep allowing our system to come back into this rest that is being encouraged from the ground beneath us. So each exhale is an opportunity to come back to home base, which is the connection between our body and the earth. To come back to a state of rest and availability and relaxation. And as the breath expands into the body on the inhale, it may activate or bring to our awareness certain sensations, perhaps even feeling states that are in our body currently. So as the breath expands, maybe I feel a little bit of heaviness in my heart or tightness in my throat, heaviness or restriction in the shoulders, the jaw. And so to just notice that, and then to continue to follow the exhale, inviting whatever energies are being activated and highlighted to also come to rest. And we're practicing meeting our inner experience without referring to the mind to evaluate it, figure it out, get rid of it, understand it, etc. There may be a time and a place for that, but right now we are practicing giving space to other ways of knowing in our being to shine the light on a deeper understanding to shine the light perhaps on a more nuanced understanding of our human moments. And we can practice this coming home to the support of the ground in our daily lives as well, beyond formal meditation practice. So when we are at the sink washing dishes, we can feel our feet on the ground. We can feel our 10 toes. We can feel the weight shifting from one foot to the other. When we're walking outside, we can feel the crunch of the snow beneath our feet. We can feel the different areas of the sole of the foot touching the ground. And we can notice for ourselves how that changes our perspective on the moment, especially if we were lost in thought. When we're lying down to sleep, we can feel whatever part of our body is in touch with the mattress, and beneath that, of course, the earth. And allow ourselves to feel the support and the invitation to rest through those parts of our body. So it's an invitation to bring our attention to the very here and nowness of the sense of touch between our bodies and the ground. And being willing to open to receive the intelligence and the communication that comes through that. How that affects our nervous system, how that affects our perspective on this moment. When we're not constantly relating to the moment from solely the perspective of the cognitive mind. When we're allowing this very precious way of knowing to inform us, to bring forth this inherent sense of safety, sense of being at home, sense of belonging. That comes through our very existence. So I'm doing my best to put words to this, but the most important thing is for you to, if you feel sparked, to explore it in your own life and to experience for yourself how that affects your relationship with the moment and whatever it is that you are relating to. So we spend these last moments here in silence. We can let go of any putting our attention anywhere in particular. And just notice perhaps the space and the silence that is beyond the various details of our moment. Blessings on your day.